Clara, who are you?
He asked in a trembling voice. Clara tried to speak, but her lips quivered. Everything she had built, the lies, the disguise, the love, was about to collapse in front of her eyes. Tears filled her eyes as Noah stepped back, shaking his head.
So, all this time you've been lying to me?
His words cut through her like a blade. The truth was finally out, and the man she truly loved now looked at her like a stranger. 6 months before that painful moment, Clara Williams was living a life most people could only dream of. She was young, beautiful, and the CEO of Clara Logistics, one of the fastest growing delivery companies in Nigeria. But despite her success, she felt empty. Every man she dated seemed to have one thing in common. They all loved her wealth more than her. After yet another heartbreak, Clara sat alone on her balcony, watching the city lights of Banana Island. Maybe love isn't real, or maybe it's not meant for people like me, she said to herself. But deep inside, she still longed for something genuine, something that money couldn't buy. She wanted to feel what it means to be loved and cared for genuinely. That night, she made a bold decision. She would disappear from the world that only saw her as a price tag. She would become ordinary, live among real people, and find someone who could love her without knowing who she truly was. The following week, Clara dressed simply, a plain gown, slippers, and a scarf. She moved out of her mansion and rented a tiny one-room apartment in Ojota. The smell of smoke and the sound of hawkers filled the air, far from the quiet luxury she was used to. With some savings under a fake name, she bought a wooden table, some cooking pots, and a few bags of rice and beans. She opened a small roadside food stand under the name Clara John. Every morning, she cooked with her own hands, serving hungry workers passing by. For the first time in years, she felt alive. People didn't call her Madame or Boss. They called her Auntie Clara. And though her hands got rough and her skin darkened from the sun, she smiled from her heart. One afternoon, as Clara was cleaning sweat from her forehead, a young man walked toward her stall. His face was covered in oil stains, his blue overalls dusty from work, yet his smile was warm.
Madam, abeg, how much for a plate of jollof rice and beans?
For you, na 500 naira, fresh and hot.
Wow, your own cheap past the rest. Give me one big plate, abeg.
His name, she soon learnt, was Noah, a hardworking roadside mechanic whose workshop sat just across from her stall. From that day, Noah became her regular customer. After all, her food was not just delicious, it was also the cheapest around the area. He always came with kindness, cracked jokes, and treated her like a human being, not a servant. Clara found herself looking forward to seeing him every afternoon. Each day, Noah and Clara talked a little more. He told her about his life, how he was raising his younger siblings after their parents passed, and how he dreamed of owning a bigger workshop one day. Clara listened, fascinated. No one had ever shared dreams with her without wanting something in return. His laughter made her forget who she was. Sometimes, she caught herself staring at him too long, smiling like a shy teenager. But in the back of her mind, one question haunted her. What would Noah think if he knew she was rich? One stormy afternoon, rain poured without mercy. Clara was packing up when Noah ran over, soaked to the bone. "You can't stay here alone," he shouted through the rain. Without thinking, he helped her carry her pots into a nearby shed. They sat there together, drenched, laughing as thunder roared. For a moment, their eyes met, and time froze. Clara felt something spark inside her, something she hadn't felt in years. Noah smiled shyly and looked away. That night, Clara couldn't sleep. She kept replaying the moment over and over. She was falling in love with a mechanic. The next morning, Clara's loyal assistant, Titi, showed up unexpectedly at her new place. "Madam, you vanished for months, no call, no message. Where have you been since?" she whispered. Clara begged her to keep the secret. Titi shook her head. "You're playing with fire, oh. What if someone recognizes you?" Clara smiled sadly. "Maybe I'll face it. I just want to be loved for me, Titi." But Titi wasn't convinced. She left with worry in her eyes, and Clara couldn't shake off the feeling that her secret world was getting fragile. Not everyone liked seeing Noah spend time at Clara's store. A lady named Ngozi, who also admired Noah, often threw Clara dirty looks. One day, she sneered.
Now food you go use tie, man.
Clara smiled and ignored her, but her heart ached.
Ngozi, I beg, leave her alone. She's a good woman.
Noah defended Clara. That single sentence melted Clara's heart completely. She tried to hide her smile, but her eyes gave her away. For the first time in her life, she felt seen. Not for money, not for status, but for who she really was. One evening, Noah's younger sister, Precious, invited Clara to their small family dinner to thank her for helping them with food sometimes. Clara happily agreed. Of course, she'll be spending more time with Noah, bringing along some extra rice and meat. The family welcomed her warmly. Watching Noah laugh with his siblings filled her heart with peace. This was what she had always wanted: love, warmth, happiness, simplicity. But when Precious mentioned Noah's dream of owning his own workshop, her heart squeezed. She could easily make it happen, if only she wasn't living a lie. That night, she lay on her bed staring at the ceiling, torn between truth and love. On Noah's birthday, Clara secretly saved part of her money to surprise him. She bought him a new mechanic's toolbox and presented it shyly. "Just something small," she said. Noah was speechless. "Clara, this must have cost you a lot." She smiled. "Don't worry about it." He hugged her gently, and she felt tears burn her eyes. It wasn't about the gift. It was about how real that moment felt. But as they hugged, someone took a picture. A picture that would soon change everything. Rumors started to spread. Some people said Clara wasn't who she claimed to be. A customer once swore he saw her face on a magazine cover. Clara laughed it off, but fear began to creep in. She tried to be careful, wearing caps, avoiding cameras, but Lagos has eyes everywhere. One small mistake could destroy everything she built in her new life. Still, she couldn't stop seeing Noah. He had become her safe place, her joy, her only happiness. Days later, Clara noticed whispers each time she passed. One man showed her picture on his phone in a fancy gown beside a luxury car. "Now she be that rich madam wey own company for news, abi?" he said loudly. Her blood ran cold. She laughed it off again, but panic gripped her chest. That evening, Noah came over to her stall as usual, sensing her unease. "You dey okay?" he asked. She forced a smile, but inside, she knew her time as Clara, the food seller, was running out. The secret she worked so hard to protect was about to explode. The next afternoon, everything shattered. A crowd gathered around her store, pointing at a viral post online. It was her, the real Clara Williams, smiling beside her company's delivery trucks. Noah turned to her slowly, confusion and hurt in his eyes.
Clara, who are you?
She wanted to explain, but her voice failed her. The words seemed to spin. Then Noah stepped back, shaking his head.
So all this time, you lied to me.
He said softly before walking away. Clara's knees gave way as she fell to the ground, tears streaming down her face. The man she loved most now saw her like a stranger.